Arizona Cardinals are picking 4th in the 2024 NFL Draft. Back to their pick. Here's a look at the top 10. This is solidified. This is done. Dunzo. The top 10 order is here. Bears, Caleb Williams, pack your bags. You're heading to Chi-Town. Commanders leapfrog the Patriots. They're picking 2nd. Patriots are 3rd after a complete fucking no-show against the Jets today. Bill Belichick losing to the Jets for the first time in 8 years. Cardinals at 4 because Prater misses 2 field goals. If you're a Charger fan, you can't be happy about that. Somebody asked me, are the Cardinals tanking because of Prater? I think the Chargers tanked that game. They had 1st and goal on the 1, did not score, kicked a field goal, and then subsequently allowed KC to go down and kick the game winner. Giants win again. The Giants are just completely endeavored to Daniel Jones now. Feels like they have to go with Daniel Jones moving forward because they won a bunch of meaningless games at the end of the year. Titans with the shocker of the day beating Jacksonville really helps the Cardinals. I mean, really, at the end of the day, if the Cardinals were going to beat the Seahawks, Bo and Britton, they needed the Titans and the Giants to do work, and they did. Then, of course, we got Falcons, Bears with their franchise quarterback, yet they still have a top 10 pick. Go figure. And the Jets at number 10, waiting around for Aaron Rodgers. So anything stand out to you, Bo, looking at that top 10?
Yeah, well, here I'm going to make a plea to all 450-plus people watching. If you have a social media account, and when Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix Jr. and the quarterbacks on the outside looking in of the top 2, when they have their pro days, when they're at the combine, you gas these guys up as much as possible. Yep. You make each and every franchise believe like he's him. Michael Penix Jr. is him, and he's still got one more game, and so does. Jaden Daniels doesn't, but he's got his pro day, and he's going to have a chance to light up the combine. And you make sure that these guys get as much hype as they need to get themselves selected 3rd overall in this draft. And we have 1, 2, 3 signal callers, and then the Arizona Cardinals the choice to either if they want Marvin Harrison Jr., you make the call, you run to the podium, or you trade down for a haul of picks.
I see people in the chat saying, "Don't jinx it, Johnny." Johnny trying to convince Chicago to take Caleb Williams. No, the tape will do that. If Ryan Poles is worth his salt as a general manager, he will turn on Caleb Williams tape, and then he will turn on Justin Fields tape. What's the statistic, Bo, on Justin Fields in his last 6-7 games? What, 1 passing touchdown per game? Is that what the statistic is? No touchdowns today.
No multiple touchdowns. No multiple touchdowns. He went Kenny Pickett on their ass and still was able to pull wool over people's eyes and believing he's a franchise quarterback. Unbelievable that he went out there and that offense laid an egg in Green Bay again. But
the Packers have been terrible defensively too, by the way.
Yeah.
They've been getting lit up by people.
Yep.
Wasn't a good show.
But there are Fields truthers out there, man. All he needs is a Hall of Fame collection of players around him, and they'll lift him up. That's all you need.
Yeah, they're picking in the top 10 because he wasn't good enough this year. And his rookie contract has expired, and you're going to have to pay him now. And Caleb Williams to the Bears does not guarantee Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals. But, man, when you look at the Commanders and the Patriots and how shit sorry their quarterback situation is, we were talking about it, but we need to be rooting for these veteran quarterbacks that are capable to not end up in these spots. We'll see what happens with Russell Wilson, but I don't need these false sense of security, situations happening with the Commanders and the Patriots. When Derek Carr's of the world are available and Jimmy Garoppolo's, hopefully they see what happened this offseason. And it's Joe Flacco was the best veteran QB signing, and he was added in November. It's fool's gold when these guys become available in free agency.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with a Russell Wilson or somebody like that, where people will think, hey, maybe I can get his last best games, and it could be a team, whoever takes over, really potentially in New England or maybe Washington. I mean, just because it's a changing of ownership, it doesn't mean that they're going to make the right decision. We know nothing about Harris and his ownership group. I know they're going to be aggressive, but Russ, I think, grew up in Virginia. Maybe he could go back to the East Coast and play for the Commanders or the Patriots. And they think that that's the solution. We know it's probably not the best play. Your best play is probably go up and get one of these quarterbacks. But there's definitely going to be some wild cards out there. And there's also always a GM out there naive enough to believe that they can go against the grain and not draft a quarterback and figure it out. And it'd be a nice, probably at most short-term solution. but these are bad teams overall. They should just hit the reset button and go with the young guy.